Ich hired a top photographer and held a casting for the hottest baby photo shoot ever. Is your baby comfortable with bees, wasps and hornets?
George is comfortable with everything, so he's fine.
Is he comfortable with dead or dying animals?
Yes.
Great. Is she okay with extremely rapid acceleration?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Does she always have to be in a car seat or can she just like freestyle it?
Oh, yeah, you can freestyle it, put her in a car seat, whatever.
If it looks better without the car seat.
Of course, of course.
So what?
Of
You're traveling fast, you're not going to kill it.
Of course, of course.
Is your baby fine with lit phosphorus?
Yes.
Excellent. Does he like it?
Loves it.
Oh, God.
After a delayed release, Bruno, the new film and character from BORAT creator Sasha Baron Cohen, is finally here. It seems that there are really two questions people want answered. Is it as funny and insightful as BORAT, and is the character of Bruno, an ultra-flamboyant gay Austrian fashion reporter, insulting or damaging to gay people? To which the answers are no and maybe. Let's explore. The plot of Bruno is pretty simple. After being excommunicated from the fashion world for literally crashing a fashion show in Milan, Bruno embarks on a quest to become a major celebrity. That rather thin storyline is the first place where Bruno compares unfavorably to BORAT, which surprised and impressed me with its scripted story amongst all the ambush comedy. Unfortunately, Bruno's quest for fame feels more like a collection of sketches about celebrity cliches without a story to connect them. Another problem is that Bruno isn't a terribly likable person. One thing that made the character of BORAT such an achievement is that his friendliness, earnestness, and naivete actually gets you to like and root for a man who is a raging anti-Semite, misogynist, whoremonger, and incest enthusiast. On the other hand, Bruno is arrogant, shallow, mean to his devoted assistant Lutz, and his quest for fame, just as in real life, isn't a terribly admirable goal. But now the bigger question, is Bruno insulting to gay people? I've been thinking a lot about this. On one hand, if you go to Bruno thinking you're going to see an accurate portrayal of what gay people are like, you might be dumber than Bruno himself. After all, do you know anyone whose opinion of people from Kazakhstan was shaped at all by BORAT? And even though Bruno does play into the stereotypes of gay men being sex-crazed bondage fashionistas, it's so over the top that it's impossible to take seriously, just like BORAT. And I truly don't believe that Bruno was made with any malicious intent towards gay people. Besides, it's a comedy. Lighten up. On the other hand, I tried to think of how I'd feel if Cohen's next character was an over-the-top Asian stereotype named Chang who constantly talks about how small his dick is and how much he likes to eat dogs. It's never fun to see your people misrepresented as a stereotype, especially if members of your group are rarely portrayed in an accurate or positive light. And a lot of sensitive people don't want to see gays being made fun of when they're still being openly discriminated against with anti-gay marriage laws in so many states. In other words, I can imagine why some people might cringe at a few parts of Bruno, while I also believe that the film is a harmless, fairly decent comedy that won't make people think badly about gays. And while Bruno is only sporadically funny, there are big laughs when Cohen uses Bruno's sexuality to highlight other people's feelings towards gays, like when he talks with religious counselors who specialize in curing gayness, goes on a hunting trip so he can learn to be more macho, and a very funny scene at a mixed martial arts match. But in the end, Bruno's most distinguishing characteristic isn't his gayness, but his vast, limitless stupidity. And no race, age, gender, sexuality, religion, culture, or country has a monopoly on dumbasses. I'm Jonathan Kim, and this is a ReThink Review.